Hey guys, it's Laura Mudeu here and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, please like, share and subscribe. Anyway, as you may have seen from the title of this video, today I'll be talking about simple ways that can help you achieve financial freedom. Whether you're in your 20s, in your teens, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, it's never too late to start. So let me get right into it. A little disclaimer, guys, I'm not a financial guru, so I'll just be sharing some little tips that I have learned over the years that have been helping me manage my finances better. So yeah, let me get right into it. So the way that I have decided to go about this is by talking about the different types of accounts that I would recommend someone to have. So the first account is the checkings account. So a checkings account is an account that hosts your monthly budget. Basically, in this account you put money that maybe you use for rent, for school fees, for food. Basically, it's just your monthly budget. You just calculate everything that you use in a month and you put it in this account. This account should be easily accessible. It can be maybe in your phone, if maybe you use M-Pesa in Kenya. It can be in your bank card still, no problem. Yeah, but basically it should be easily accessible, and the transaction fees should be really low because you're going to use this account regularly. So yeah, that is the first account. The second account should be your savings/emergency fund account. So this is an account that you specifically set aside for emergencies, because you never know what the future holds. Sometimes you may have not planned for an illness. Sometimes maybe you got robbed and your phone was stolen, you need to buy another phone. Maybe your laptop broke down, maybe thugs came and broke into your home, or just maybe you came across something, because it's an emergency fund stroke a savings account. So you can also come across something just all of a sudden that you had not budgeted for in your checkings account, and you may want to purchase that thing. Maybe it's a Gucci bag that is a new drop and you have really loved it and you want to buy it, So does it mean you're going to take money maybe from your investments account? That doesn't make sense. So you should always have an emergency stroke savings account. This account should have at least, for me I'd recommend 6 months, not 3 months, but most people say it should have at least 3 months of your monthly expenditure. So say in a month you spend 100,000. This is just an example, right? So in this savings stroke emergency account, you should have times 300,000, or times 600,000, or there are also some people who put this account for a year or even 2 years. It just depends on you, yeah, because you do not want to be the one, maybe you have been laid off your work, right, and you never had an emergency fund. You don't want to be the one who goes knocking on people's door telling them, oh, I lost my job. You should have this money. It can cushion you for 3 months at least, while you're looking for the way forward. How am I going to get another job? Am I going to move back to my parents' house? Am I going to go and am I going to camp at a guy's house? As you are thinking of the next plan of action, you have at least 3 months or 6 months, So yeah, guys, this actually is the most important account, a savings/emergency fund account. Don't forget that. If you get anything from here, just get this. Yeah, and sometimes some people may speak from a point of privilege. I get that maybe not everybody is able to save for an emergency fund, but it does not have to be a lot. Even maybe from your monthly salary, you can just put maybe even if it's 5%, in the long run it will amount to something, that just cushions you from just any life surprises. So the way COVID came, if you had a savings a savings stroke emergency account, at least you will be cushioned for maybe if you are laid off of work. It will cushion you from maybe going like literally bankrupt, you know. So yeah, so far we have a checkings account, a savings stroke emergency account. These are like literally separate accounts, guys. Don't put all the money in one account. Like, don't do that, because you're just going to overlap. Like, your expenses are just going to overlap. Don't do that. The third account is a retirement account. Guys, we are not going to be forever young, so the earlier the better. We have decided as a generation, or rather I have decided as Laura Mudeu, that I'm not going to contribute into black tax, you know. So I want to plan for my future when maybe I am 80, if God helps me. Or what is the retirement age in Kenya? I think it's 65. I think so, right? I think so, I'm not sure. Yeah, so when I'm 65, I do not have to call my children, like, send me money. I just want them to send out of love, not out of my mom is suffering or my dad is suffering somewhere. You know, I just want them to send out of love. That is why I have decided to start saving as early as now. I actually wish I had begun saving for retirement as soon as I clocked 18. That is one of my regrets to date. So yeah, so in Kenya there is obviously Nssf. This is a government owned company or organization in which you are able to save as little as 200 Kenya shillings, which is going to cater for your a month. This is a month, which is going to cater for your retirement. And this account, the Nssf account, gives an interest rate of 6% per annum, which is not bad, you know. And you can only withdraw the money once you clock 65, or maybe you get into an accident, and which leads to you not being able to work. So yeah, you can always start with Nssf. Yeah, and if you're working maybe formally, obviously it is a mandatory contribution. But if you're not working formally, okay, by formally I mean like white collar job. Yeah, because if you're in a white collar job, obviously they're going to deduct the contributions directly from your payslip. But if you're not, I'd suggest you just go to the voluntary route and still contribute the little that you can. Even if it's like 100 shillings, you know, you never know. In 65, when you're 65, it's going to have amount to something at least, you know. So yeah. There are also other ways to save for retirement. You can go to banks and sign up for a new I hope this is the right pronunciation. Annuities. ANNUTIES. Yeah, this is whereby you contribute money which you're going to be given when you retire. You know, so like you say, each month I'm going to, maybe you go to, I don't know if cooperative has this program, I'm not sure. You go to cooperative bank and then you'll be contributing maybe 20,000 a month. You contribute and then it gains interest, and then you say, by the time I'm 65, you're going to give me back this money, of course with the earned interest that it has earned. So once you reach 65, they're going to calculate everything that it has earned, like the money you have contributed plus the interest, and then now you're going to decide the amount of payment you're going to receive. Maybe you decide it's 100,000 a month, you know. So that is what the bank is going to pay you once you're 65. I hope I have explained it clearly. Yeah, so basically a retirement account. So my final account is the investment account. Guys, you know what, I have begun these accounts in sequence because I believe that their sequence is very important, because you have no business to be investing when you do not have a savings account. You have no business to be investing when you do not have retirement account. You have no business especially to be investing when you do not have a checkings account, because how can you be investing money yet you do not have money to use on the daily basis? Guys, that doesn't even make sense. That beats logic, you know, because the purpose of an investment account is to put this money to transfer your money into assets that are going to yield interest or appreciate over a very long period of time. Yeah, over a long period of time. Yeah, so having these three first accounts that I have mentioned cushions you from taking money from your investment account to use it to buy bread. I mean, then this investment account is going to have lost its purpose, because this money, you know, for investment you're supposed to keep your money in an asset for a very long time for you to see the true results of that asset. Yeah, it's like you buy, say, an apartment today, right? And then tomorrow, because you didn't have an emergency fund, tomorrow you get sacked out of your workplace, right? So your next option is to go and sell this apartment that you had bought so that you have money to survive, you know. And guys, this apartment was supposed to, you had bought it so that it appreciates. So if you sell it, then it will not have appreciated. So even in that short period of time, you might have actually lost money, because when you buy an asset, there are some other costs that you incur. It's not like just the buying process. So it's like you will have cancelled out. Yes, as in like I don't know. I hope you're getting the intensity of what I'm trying to explain. Guys, do not invest if you have not first savings account or emergency fund or even checkings account. Forget about investing if you do not have those. Okay, I'm going to contradict myself a little bit. Okay, I almost spoke in Kiswahili. I'm going to contradict myself just a little bit later, but don't invest if you do not have these other accounts. Yeah. So anyway, let's come back to investment. Sorry for my rant. Okay, I'm passionate about it because I feel like I almost did the same thing. That's why I don't want other people to repeat it, you know. Anyway, so back to my investment account. So which is an investment account, guys? An investment account isn't like actually an account. It's not like an account. It's just, I call it an account because I assume that most people are going to have somewhere where they place the money first before they go and buy the assets. So yeah, I hope you know, everybody knows what assets are. Assets, liabilities. I trust everybody has gone to a business class, even if it was just once in their life, or primary. I think they also teach. Do they teach assets and liabilities in primary? This is my other issue with our education system. Like, I feel like we should have learned these things. I don't know, when a child just pops out of the womb, you just tell them, invest first, liabilities. That is what I'm going to do with my children. Hey, me, when you are just a teenager, you must begin saving, and I'm going to open a trust fund for you. So yeah, anyway, what was I saying, guys? Oh yeah, so you have this account, right, where you're going to first deposit money, and then now this money you're going now to invest, to go and buy assets with it. So this money you're going to invest it. So say there are different types of investment. Of course, the most popular type of investment is, of course, real estate. Real estate consists of land, things like land, say apartments. You can buy an apartment and a house, or just bare land, because eventually it's going to appreciate. Yeah, so, or you can also invest in REITs. I do not know how to pronounce this name, but this is also a type of real estate investment. So you can also invest in that. That is in the category of real estate. So in real estate, there's apartments, land itself, duplexes, just houses, you know, and then there's REITs, you know, things like that. Infrastructure bonds is also that. So you can invest in real estate. You can also invest in the stock market. The secret to the stock market, as Warren Buffett famously says, is to give it time. With the stock market, you have to be really patient, especially if you're not trading. You have to be patient, because in the long run, in the short run it might be volatile, but in the long run, trust you me, is going to yield. Especially right now the stock market is very down. Is that the right terminology? The stock market is low. So this is the best time to invest, guys. The best time to invest in something is when everybody is fearful. The worst time to invest in something is when everybody is joyful. Because when everybody is fearful, the prices are down. Especially this time, the stock market is down, the cryptocurrency market is down. I think the only thing that is up is the oil market, I think, or gold. I think gold is also up. Yeah, but guys, if you just have money, I wish I had money. Wait, I wish I had money. God send me money. God send me money. So the best time to invest in something is when people are fearful. Yeah, like right now. So you can go to the stock market. You can invest in individual stocks, or you can also invest in like collective stocks. Collective stocks, I mean, like I don't know if there's that kind of, I googled in Kenya, I didn't find, but collective stocks means that you can buy a single stock. This single stock contains a very small portion of different individual stocks. Say you buy one stock for 100,000, like this index that is called Nssf. I don't know many pronunciation of things, guys, forgive me. NASQ, I think NASGAD. If that is not the pronunciation, guys, don't butcher me. So yeah, you can buy this one stock. So this one stock contains maybe Coca-Cola, a very small portion of Coca-Cola stock, a very small portion of Amazon, a very small portion of Google. Like now this small stock contains this one stock contains this small stock. So when you buy this single stock, it's like you're buying from all these companies. You can do this through Vanguard, which tracks the S&P 500. Yeah, you can do this through that. You can also, this is an American company. Unfortunately, I didn't get any in Kenya. Maybe there is, but I personally didn't find. Yeah, so you can, maybe if you know of a way that you can buy international stocks, you can go through that route. Yes. So there's stocks, there's also mutual funds. Mutual funds is whereby many investors come together and then they invest their money. Because you know, in investing, the larger the money, the bigger the returns. So me as Laura Mudeu, I can have maybe 200,000 or a million, right? But with this 1 million, can I do really something very significant? Probably not. Investment is in the numbers. Probably not. So there are companies which bring together investors. You're not going to know what you have invested together with Laura Mudeu or something, but these companies bring together investors' money and take that money and invest it in other things. So say Laura Mudeu contributes 10 million, some X and X contributes 100 million, X and X contributes 50,000, you know. So when our money comes together, right, and this company goes and buys a very big piece of land, and this land appreciates, those profits are going to be divided to us all. As opposed to if I had invested $1 million, could this really, 1 million, could it really have bought me a big piece of land? Probably not, you know. So mutual funds is also another, if you know the meaning of mutual is like mutual, like togetherness. So that is what mutual means. So there's mutual funds. So far I've talked about stocks, mutual funds, real estate. What other thing do I know? Commercial paper. Commercial paper is whereby you lend a bank money, and the bank is going to pay you back in interest, with some interest. Yeah, so that is basically it. You just go to the banks. There are banks that advertise this, or small companies that need money. You can lend. It's like basically a way of lending the bank money, and then the bank is going to pay you back your money with interest. Yeah, commercial paper. What else, guys? I'm just remembering these things off the bat, so sorry if I'm a bit slow. Commercial paper. There's also cryptocurrency. I'm not going to go deep into that because not many people are a fan of that, but I'd advise you guys, go and look into that, because that's the future according to me. Disclaimer. So anyway, what else do I know? There's also placing your money in accounts that are maybe in dollars, because the dollar is the standard currency of the world, because many things like are quoted in dollars. So you can open a dollar account instead of having a Kenya shillings account. You can, because the Kenya shilling compared to the dollar, the Kenya shilling is not very, very strong. So you can open a dollar account and then be saving your money in dollars, because you personally, if you believe like the dollar is strong or the euro is very, very strong, it cannot collapse, you can open a euro account, a dollar account, things like that. So a side note, guys, the secret of investing is to diversify your portfolio. Guys, you cannot take all your money and go and put it in real estate. You cannot take all your money and go and put it in the stock market. You cannot take all your money and go and put it in mutual funds. You cannot take all your money and go and put it in the cryptocurrency market. Never do that, because you may never know. Maybe this market one time is going to be up. So does it mean your investment portfolio is going to like literally collapse from 100 to 0? No. So the purpose of diversifying means like putting something in different places. Like literally don't put all your eggs in one basket. So the purpose of diversifying is to minimize your risk, so that in the case that maybe the stock market is down and the real estate market is up, then these two are going to balance each other, and then they are going to return your portfolio to like an equilibrium, right? Don't be too greedy. Let no one tell you, the stock market is doing really well, the cryptocurrency is doing really well, and then you go and take all your money. Guys, don't be greedy in investment. And when the deal is too good, also run away. Always do your research. When you find somebody who's telling you, faster, give me money, faster, give me money, I go and invest in you, for you, within 1 month, your 10 million is now going to be 1 billion. Like, come on, guys. If it worked that way, all of us in the world, we could have been billionaires. But that is not how things go in the real world. So always take your time in investing, research, do your due diligence. Don't blame anyone when you are caught, when you are like swindled or something. Do your due diligence, and do not invest money that you really need, like you think you're going to need very, very soon. Another thing, guys, money in the bank is like money wasted. Tell me why. The bank uses our money to go and invest, and then in return they give us 0.01% per annum interest rate. And literally from the money that I gave them or you gave them, they went and invested and gotten something like maybe 10% per annum, or even 12. Others even get 12% per annum. So literally you're getting like a minute piece of the pie. So guys, the banks are robbing you of your money. So your money shouldn't stay in the bank. If it's not your checking account, your emergency account, your retirement account, let it not be in the bank. Inflation is going to steal your money. You know, inflation is just going to suck your money dry. I trust all of you know what inflation is. Inflation is whereby currency loses value over time, you know. And say you had 100,000 in the bank, right? You gave the bank, you have kept it there for 5 years. From this 100,000, the bank hypothetically has invested this money. Then they have gained a 1 million. This is just hypothetically, right? Your 100,000 has become 1 million. This 1 million does not belong to you because you just stored your money in the bank. So the bank does not owe you anything. The bank just owes you this 100,000 that you gave them, like that you put in your bank account, right? So when that 5 years is done, right, you come and withdraw 100,000. Guess what? Bread is no longer 50 shillings. By that time, in 5 years, it has become 60 shillings. Land is no longer a million. It has become maybe 1.5 million. So, like, literally, the bank used your money to make themselves rich. And your 100,000 now is like 90,000. As in, it's 100,000, but its value is about 90,000 compared to the purchasing price of things. You get me? So the bank is stealing your money, guys. And another thing, let nobody lie to you that investing is for the rich. Everybody can invest. Start wherever you are. Start your financial journey wherever you are. You know, you rather be frugal right now for like 10 years or 20 years or whatever years or 2 years. You rather be frugal, you rather be disciplined, work smart right now, and then in the future you're going to relax. Because there are two things that do not go hand in hand. A person who's disciplined and success. A person who's not disciplined and success. So if you're not disciplined in managing your money, then forget about being successful. I tell this myself every night. Although, guys, you might see me preaching here, but it does not mean I follow these things to the core, guys. Like, I trip sometimes. Actually, other times I trip so much. Some days I can go months without doing anything. Like, I might just go and eat all my money and buy chocolates and go out, and my money is finished and I don't care. But so yeah, it's not like I'm telling you that I'm this person who follows these things religiously. Yeah, I'm not like these people. These people who give marriage advices, but their marriages are just failing, yani. So I'm not one of those people. So I just want to come clean. Yeah. So what else did I wanna comment? Oh, another thing that I have learned is that, guys, as much as I say that you can invest as little as you have, for me over these years, okay, 1.5 or 2 years that I have been trying to invest and all, I realize it's actually kind of pointless to invest little money. You remember I told you I might contradict myself? Here is the place I'm contradicting myself. I came and realized it's kind of pointless because I first should focus on increasing my cash flow rather than investing first. Because if I just go straight into investing, say I have 20,000, right? This 20,000, rather than investing it, I should look for a way to make this 20,000 generate money. Or maybe I can start a business, I can do some trading, I can do a side hustle, use this money to begin a side hustle, so that when I go to invest, I have like 50,000. Because I saw this quote somewhere that you should focus on increasing your cash flow, because 1% invested for someone who has 100,000 is 100,000. Is it 10,000? No, it's Wait, guys, I'm confused. 10% invested for somebody who has 100,000 is 10,000, but 10% invested for somebody with a million is 100,000 invested. So you should focus on first increasing your cash flow, because guys, investing 200 shillings honestly is not going to like make you a billionaire or millionaire. Rather, you should save this 100 shillings until it gets like to 1,000 shillings. This is just hypothetically, until it gets to 1,000 shillings. This 1,000 shillings, you should like use this 1,100 shillings, save it. This, when it gets to 1,000, use this 1,000 start a side hustle, look for a way to increase your cash flow, and then once your cash flow is increased, then you can begin investing. I hope I do make sense to you guys. Yeah. So from my previous account, I devised a new personal way. So I said checkings account first, and then savings and investment account second, and then from this savings account I should look for a way to increase my cash flow. This money that I have saved, right? Because there's a point it's going to reach. See, maybe I have been saving for a year. Once I save for a year, for an emergency fund for a year, then from there, say I have like expenses, I can cater for my expenses for 12 months in case of an emergency, right? It does not mean once I reach that threshold that I stop depositing from in my savings account. So the extra money that I'm going to be depositing is going to be used to think of ways in which I'm going to increase my cash flow, so that from there I can use that money to put into my retirement account or into my investment account. Do you get where I'm headed to? You know, so maybe I have my 9-to-5 job, right? And maybe I have an allowance from somebody, who knows? Maybe I have that. Maybe I have my businesses, right? Whatnot. Maybe some other people, Jesus Christ have touched them. They have said, let me deposit some money in Lauramdeo's bank. Yeah, when I take all that money, then from there I'm going to deposit that money in my retirement account and then in my investments account, rather than just taking my like 9-to-5 salary and just going straight into investing it. Yeah. I feel like this video has become too long than I have anticipated. I don't know if there's anybody who has come this far. Apart from that, you know, I really love reading books, guys. So I wouldn't have done this video justice if I had not mentioned 2 books that really helped me to get into my financial journey. These are 2 books written by the same author. These books are actually a sequel of each other. So guys, I think I've forgotten the title. The first book was The Black Girl's Guide to Financial Freedom, Arese Ugwu. And then the book that follows this book, I don't remember its name. Just go and type The Black Girl's Guide to Financial Freedom sequel, and then that book is going to come up. Guys, I don't remember the name so well, guys, forgive me. But those 2 books were really amazing. They were fun to read, easy to read, not so long, not so short, very informative, and also it was in a story form. It was not like one of those books that you read that feel like you are in a business class or what class. It was very easy to read and I loved it. So if you love to read books and maybe you didn't understand much that I said here, or maybe you didn't enjoy, you can go and read those 2 books, and I promise you guys, those books are life changers and you're not going to be disappointed. So yeah, so if there's anything you've gotten from here, let it be: have an emergency fund, diversify your portfolio, increase your cash flow. Yeah, That is all. And then on Instagram, maybe you're not a book reader, maybe you love being on Instagram scrolling around like me sometimes. You, of course, you can go and check these influencers that I follow. Guys, you know what, I mostly focus on women books and women video content because I'm a woman, and I feel I can relate to their journey more, as opposed to when I listen to a guy who has written a book about financial freedom. Like, okay, I do take some tips from them, but I feel like the journey to financial freedom for men and women are a bit different, and that's why I focus more on women's content, because you know they have children, so I get to see how like they juggle their business life with their children, how they juggle their family life with their children. Okay, it's not that men don't have children, don't take me wrongly, but if you get it, you get it. Yeah, that's why I focus more on women content. So my first content creator is definitely my favorite content creator. She's called Ellie Talks Money. Ooh, oh, and most of them are actually from USA, guys. So yeah, Ellie Talks Money. My second one is called The Broke Black Girl. She's called that on Instagram. I'm not like referring to her like The Broke Black Girl. That's like how her handle name on Instagram. The third one is called, wait, her first 100K. Her, like him, her. So she's called her first 100K. Yeah, that's how that woman is called on Instagram. And there's this other one that is called Millennial Debt, if you may say. Yeah, so these are my 4 favorite ones, but the one who tops them all is definitely Ellie Talks Money. Another thing, you can go and follow the hashtags on Instagram that are written like financial freedom. You follow that tag. So yeah, guys, you can go and follow those tags, and then yeah, I hope you've learned a thing or two from me, and I'm still in my journey. And yeah, I think financial freedom is a journey, and yeah, it's not a sprint, it's rather a marathon. And I wish you all the best in your journeys. There's some things I may have not mentioned here, I may have forgotten, and yeah, go do your own research, and I wish you all a good financial freedom journey. Yeah, so if you've come this far, please like, share and subscribe. Bye. Mwah. And I hope you enjoyed. Bye.